Take a look at this special little guy. Emphasis on special. Before Super Smash Bros. Melee, there was no Mr. Game & Watch. It was just Game & Watch, the console and games that Nintendo released back in like 1980. So to rep one of their oldest and I think first big commercial success with video games, Nintendo made Mr. Game & Watch as his own rep character. And thousands of Melee players wept out in fear. Mr. Game & Watch is great because he's fun and silly, but also terrifying. What makes Game & Watch so scary, I think my favorite analogy that I heard is that he's an absolute X factor of Melee. You never really know what he's going to pull out, you never really know when he's going to do it, but if he pulls out the right tool for the right job at the right time, you're in trouble. Roasted Fox, anyone? Believe it or not, Mr. Game & Watch has some pretty good aerials. His forward air, well, I don't even know what to say in specific about his forward air. His forward air is just pretty great. And his neutral air... Who made this? His forward tilt is the good old WWE special, the chair, which is only sometimes minorly effective at edge guarding. And for his up tilt, he pulls out a little flag. Look at this guy, he's so happy to be here. And I'm sure there's a couple other really good moves that I left out, but I'm not so much here to talk about a character's full move set and how good the moves are. I'm here for comedy. And you know what I think is hilarious? Gambling in video games. Microtransactions. Loot crates? No. This game was released in 2001. Who are you kidding? The only gambling you should be concerned about is Game & Watch's hammer. Yes, friends, we finally made it to the part of the video you've been waiting for. The thing Mr. Game & Watch is arguably most iconic for. Let's go gambling. Mr. Game & Watch has a fun little move where he pulls out a hammer and strikes a number between 1 and 9. If you strike between 1 and 8, chances are you're going to be left vulnerable, or maybe you hit the enemy, but even if you hit the enemy, 1 through 5, I'm pretty sure does absolutely nothing. But the odds aren't out of 1 through 5, 1 through 6, 7, 8, no. The odds are out of 1 through 9. And let me tell you something. 6 isn't afraid of 7 because 7 ain't 9. 6 is afraid of 9 because 9 is a ruthless psychopath. Now I know Nintendo's not super big on guns, but if you look close enough at the end of the hammer when you strike a 9 with Game & Watch, you can see a mini shotgun attached. Now there's a term I've been hearing since I joined the Melee community. It's running away with a stock. Mr. Game & Watch doesn't just run away with a stock when he hits a 9 on you. He sweeps the rug out from under you and breaks your neck. He absolutely hamburgles the stock. It's his now. He should have an extra stock because the stock isn't gone, it's his. Now, jokes aside for a minute though, when I make one of these videos, I like to play the character as much as I can, at least for a couple of days, get a feel for their fundamentals, get a feel for how they play. I don't just want to make a video on a character that I know fundamentally nothing about. I want to know the character, I want to play the character so I can understand them. And Game & Watch was honestly a blast to learn. It's kind of rough, he gets tossed around, he is, I'm pretty sure, the same weight as Jigglypuff. But his moves are so much fun to use, and despite him being considered a bottom 10 character, I can definitely see why he's competitively viable. When I went to Battle of BC, I think my loser's bracket matchup was a Game & Watch, and he smoked me. I think he smoked me worse than the guy in the winner's bracket, which is kind of hilarious. But he definitely has potential. In the right hands, it wouldn't surprise me at all if a Mr. Game & Watch player became really, really big and started doing really well at tournaments. Maybe it could be you. Maybe it could be you. But anyways, that's all from me. Just a little fun, silly video on Mr. Game & Watch, dedicated to Death Cather. Left a comment down below, requested a video. As always, feel free to leave a comment. I love interacting with you guys, and hey, the next video might be dedicated to your suggestion. So thanks so much for stopping by, and have a great day. See ya.